Welcome to Story Fact Vid channel. Today I want to tell you a story about a man who had everything he needed to start, but he never finished anything, not because he was lazy, but because he was waiting for perfect. This is Ahmad. He is 28 years old. He lives in a small apartment in the city. He has a stable job at a marketing company. From the outside, his life looks completely normal. But inside his laptop, there was a graveyard. 5 novels, all half-written. In his drawer, 12 notebooks filled with business ideas, all abandoned. And on his shelf, a camera. A good one. He bought it 2 years ago. It cost him 2 months of savings. He never took it out of the box. His friends called him talented. His family said he was creative. His coworkers thought he was smart. But Ahmad felt like a fraud because he never finished anything. Every Friday evening after Jummah prayer, Ahmad would sit at his desk and open his novel. He would read chapter 1, edit a word, change a sentence. By evening, chapter 1 was better, but he never moved to chapter 2. It is not ready yet, he told himself. I need to make it perfect first. The same thing happened with his business ideas. Weeks of research, plans, notes, but never a launch. And the camera? Every few months he would look at it and think, maybe this weekend. But the weekend would come and go. And the box stayed closed. Ahmad was not lazy. He worked hard at his job. But with his own dreams, he always froze. Deep down, he knew the truth. He was scared, not scared of failure, scared of something worse, scared that if he finished something and it was not good, it would prove he was not as talented as people thought. As long as his novels stayed unfinished, they could still be great someday. As long as his ideas stayed in notebooks, they were still possible. As long as the camera stayed in the box, he could still become a photographer when he was ready. Someday. Possible, when I am ready. These words kept him safe, but they also kept him stuck. One Saturday afternoon, Ahmad went to the local market to buy groceries. Near the entrance, he saw his neighbor, Uncle Farooq. He was 58 years old, a retired teacher. He was sitting behind a small table covered with jars of homemade honey and dates paste. The jars were not fancy. The labels were handwritten with a marker. Some jars had more content than others. The presentation was not professional, but there was a small crowd around his table. People were buying, smiling. Some were coming back for their second and third jar. Ahmad walked over. Assalamu alaikum, Uncle Farooq. I did not know you started a business. Uncle Farooq smiled and said, Walaikum assalam, beta. Yes, alhamdulillah, 3 months ago, Ahmad said. But did you not want to perfect the recipe first? Get proper packaging? Create a brand? Uncle Farooq laughed and said, Beta, if I waited for all that, I would still be sitting at home thinking about it. Uncle Farooq stroked his beard and said something that changed everything. Beta, perfection is a trap. It makes you wait forever. But good enough gets you started. And once you start, you can always improve, with Allah's help. Ahmad walked home slowly that day. The words kept repeating in his mind. Perfection is a trap. When he reached his apartment, he sat on his bed and looked around at his laptop, his notebooks, his camera. And suddenly, he felt angry at himself. He was not protecting his work, he was protecting his ego. That night, Ahmad could not sleep. At 2 a.m., he got up, he opened his laptop, he went to his oldest novel file, the one he had started 4 years ago. He read through it. The beginning was okay. The middle was messy. The ending did not exist. His perfectionist brain started screaming. Rewrite chapter 3. Fix the dialogue. Develop the characters more. But this time, Ahmad did something different. He ignored that voice. He scrolled to the last page, and he started writing. Not perfect sentences, just an ending. It took him 3 hours. The ending was not great. It was rushed. Some parts did not make sense. But at 5 a.m., just before Fajr prayer, he typed 2 words he had never typed before. The end. He sat back, stared at the screen, and for the first time in 4 years, his novel was complete. After Fajr prayer, Ahmad exported his novel and sent it to 3 friends. His hands were shaking when he pressed send. 2 days later, the replies came. One said, "Brother, this was really good. I stayed up reading it." Another said, "Mashallah, the ending was strong." And you know what Ahmad felt? Not pride, relief, because something he created now existed in the world. Over the next 6 months, Ahmad's life changed. He published his novel. 200 people read it. One person said it helped them through a hard time. He launched his online course. 3 people bought it. But those 3 sent him messages. He took his camera out of the box. His first 50 photos were bad, but he kept going. And by photo 500, some were truly good. 1 year later, Ahmad saw Uncle Farooq again at the market. But this time, Uncle Farooq was not behind a small table. He had a small shop. His jars were now in local grocery stores. The handwritten labels were replaced with printed ones. Ahmad walked to him. "Assalamu alaikum, Uncle." "MashaAllah, look at you." Uncle Farooq smiled. "Wa alaikum assalam, beta." "Alhamdulillah." I just kept making my product, 1 jar at a time. Allah blessed the effort. Perfectionism feels like care, but often it is just fear wearing a mask. The fear of being judged, the fear of not being enough. Perfect never comes, but done is different. Done means your work enters the world. So ask yourself today, what have you been waiting to perfect? Stop perfecting. Start finishing. Because done beats perfect. Every single time. If this story made you think about something you have been putting off, write it in the comments. I want to read it. And if you are new here, subscribe to Story Fact Vid. Every week, a new story. Simple English, real lessons. Thank you for watching.